By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma paralyzed. But he recovered from a really hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and the place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here right now to inform you to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, please donate today. Come on, think about it. Make life better for you. We make life better for the kids. Make life better for the kids. We make life better for the family. Everybody wins, and it's 100% tax deductible. No donations ever too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Remember, it's time for cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. Welcome, everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here as always to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk to you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Bill Quateman, CEO, founder of Advanced BioCell. He says, how many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Hey, Bill, you ready for a great show?
Absolutely.
All right, you sit tight. We'll be right with you, okay? Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook.com. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them. Your favorite topics, your favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Now, if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com is the place to be. Later, our buddy Mr. Paul Medrano, former Mr. Universe, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. It's all going to happen shortly, so stay put. And make a note, if you'd like to chime in with a question for my guest today, you can send us an instant message. Send us a Yahoo instant message. I guess this is how we have to do it now, to Cool Change Radio. Cool Change Radio on Yahoo Instant Messenger. If you haven't added Cool Change Radio to your Yahoo Messenger yet, add us right now, okay? Okay, from 1999 to 2009, the number of prescriptions dispensed by the pharmaceutical companies rose 39%. Went from 2.8 billion to 3.9 billion. Compared to the U.S. population growth of only 9% over the same time period, that's a huge increase. I won't go there, but that's a big increase. And it's time to find out what's really happening to you and why you think you're in need of those things and what nutrition really is for you today, okay? So joining us now on the Quick Fix here on the Cool Change Radio and TV Network is Bill Quateman from Advanced BioCell. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bradley. Pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you here.
You are a dynamic, incredible story.
Oh, come now. Now, how did you create this holistic medical company?
Functional medicine is what we call it. It came out of necessity. My story is that my father died at 54 of cancer after a massive heart attack at 48.
Wow.
To get our conversation off to a real happy start. But his father had also died at a young age. And so when I was a young man, I thought to myself, okay, there's something I need to know about how to do something different than that.
Right.
So I started in and got information.
This was a heartfelt deal. This was something. Let's fix this.
Literally, yeah. You know, your own story,
right,
is always going to be the most powerful motivator for you. Gives you the initiative that you'll need if you pay attention to it. If you don't, well, then you become victim to the problems from the past. So, began a study. I ended up learning about all kinds of different aspects of health. I had the great good fortune to study with a professor of psychiatry from Northwestern University, Dr. Bruce Boyd, for 32 years. And he
32 years, wow.
Yeah.
He was cutting edge.
He was
far beyond a medical doctor.
He was way beyond. He was a realized master, actually, masquerading as a psychiatrist. He didn't want the robes and he didn't want to go on the book tours. He was just happy helping people in the privacy of his own office.
You know, I have a psychiatrist, a great one named Dr. Hyla Cass.
Love her.
Oh, yeah. She endorsed my book, The Quick Fix.
Really, yeah.
A simple process to health, healing, and happiness. And she doesn't do drugs,
right.
Doesn't prescribe drugs.
Right.
And the pharmaceutical industry has just become a mill for prescription drugs. And they're getting all the kickbacks and all the stuff from the pharmaceutical company.
Right. Well, they're a vested interest, and you follow the vested interests, and you'll find out what is really going on. It may or may not pertain to what's best for people at this time, but change is slow to come. Hyla is a orthomolecular psychiatrist, which means what's the right amount of what's in food being the best for you, or what's the right amount of what's in nutrition.
Well, let's talk about
helping you
let's break that down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Ortho. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, after you.
Ortho, in this context, means best, most appropriate. And molecular is the smallest form.
Right.
So the best, most appropriate, smallest form for a human being in this case is what's
but what
in
we're
food.
trying to do is provide nutrition for the body, right? That's the goal.
The idea is that what the body needs.
Yeah, but the nutrition is what your body takes in, right?
Holds on to.
And
uses.
And that differs
from diet. Which is just what you eat,
right?
Without knowing much about what the mechanism is, what's happening.
How do we test our molecular chemistry?
Nutrition testing. Yeah. That's what we do.
Right. So let's talk about that for a second.
Well, you know, the idea is people want to have a way to feel good and want to have a way to live long and want to prevent themselves from getting sick. You say, you know, well, everyone we know knows somebody who's had, name it, cancer, arthritis, diabetes,
high blood pressure, whatever,
heart attacks, all 9 yards. So you say, well, oh my God, am I going to get that? How do I not get that? And mostly what people know about are good ideas. And there are a lot of good ideas. What we do is take it to its logical true place.
You go to the blueprint.
We test what's going on in your body.
You go to the blueprint,
right.
Find out where the doors are,
exactly.
and open it up, right?
Exactly. That's one of the things we talk about. We say, get your body back to blueprint.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
That's just what it is. You see, you don't create good health. What you do is you discreate sickness.
You discreate sickness by eliminating the ability for it to come into the system.
Exactly right.
And we do that. And you can't put a square peg in a round hole, right?
Correct.
And that's what they've been trying to do through diet, right?
Well, through diet, through pharmaceuticals. You know,
yeah.
Unfortunately, the diet, lifestyle, nutrition, supplement industry is doing kind of the same thing by chasing a symptom with a vitamin instead of a pharmaceutical.
Okay, so what is the main problem that people have? Is it just a comprehension of this process, or the necessity of doing it a different way?
Yeah. The main problem people have are their opinions and the thinking they have about what do you do to feel good and be well.
Well, they can only think what they've been taught.
Correct.
They only can derive their conclusions through the information they've been given.
Correct, exactly. And that is why Advanced BioCell, which is a division of Living Health Resources Corporation now, is mainly a resource education and guidance system, you might say. We do testing and we guide people towards the type of products and supplements that'll help them. However, it's all elective. It's like, okay, first of all, let's find out what the problems are. And then here are the solutions to what they are. But you choose.
Well, no, I don't understand. You choose. We're going to tell you.
You know, it's not like we have anything to sell anybody. Like, we have nothing to convince anybody of. What we'll do is we'll say, look, if you have a problem, we can identify how that
and
very
then
well
we
may
can tell
happen.
you what you're in need of,
right?
And lay out the plan for you.
Exactly.
And if you want to follow that or take advantage of that or buy vitamin A or vitamin B, that's totally up to you.
Exactly. There are 4 basic areas that we start with. We always begin at the beginning, which is always helpful.
Isn't that a great place to start?
It's just my favorite. We find out what elements. We measure minerals. And why do we measure minerals? We measure minerals first because minerals are like what they call the spark plugs of life. At the cellular level, which is where the whole game is, minerals conduct electricity inside the cell,
right,
and from cell to cell. And we would arguably say that from cell to cell is who we are.
Right.
76 trillion of them.
Right.
So,
each one of those is its own little universe, isn't it?
A universe and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it's we. I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. I just throw that in there.
All of these things are other conversations.
So we're doing minerals now.
Yeah, so you go from the minerals first because they are the 36 crucial mineral levels that are measured are how your body, when they're in balance, is working at its peak capacity. That's called having a good operating metabolism. Now people say, oh, I know what that means. Well, metabolism means really, let's start there too, what your body takes, holds on to, and uses from the food you take in. If your body isn't doing that well for whatever reason, and there's all kinds of them, then your metabolism isn't operating properly. So if that's not operating properly...
We're going to commercial. We'll be right back. Okay? Sorry about that. I just got all caught up here. Stay put, everybody. We got a habit you each want to change. How would you do things differently or better in your life if you could, huh? We just want to have some insight for you. I'm here with Bill Quateman, CEO, founder of Advanced BioCell, personalized vitamins. What nutrients your body takes in, what nutrients your body holds on to, and what nutrients come out of your body. Hey, this is the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio. We'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Have you been to years of counseling and therapy only to realize that you're pretty much the same? If you're tired of reliving old patterns and convincing yourself that you're changing each time when you're really not, I've got someone that can definitely help. Meet my buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming of Gray Matters International. He's got some innovative coaching solutions just for you. He's a former neuropsychologist turned life coach for the purpose of helping you better your life through science and personal coaching. It's always better to have a coach. Just ask your favorite star athlete or executive. They'll tell you getting coached will take you to the next level and beyond. Dr. Kevin Fleming today. Call him at 877-606-6161. That's 877-606-6161 for a free consultation. He's on the phone for you at 877-606-6161 for your free consultation. My buddy Dr. Kevin Fleming. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com. They say, how do you think? They say, how you think is more important than what you think. It's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you try to take the next step in your career or personal relationships. I'm going to be joined by the two dynamic guys from GapZip.com who actually teach people how to think. See, one was a monk for 35 years, and the other one of the world's most famous strategic thinkers and innovators. So tune in on March 28th, right here on CoolChangeRadio.com. Learn how to think a new way. And until then, visit GapZip.com. That's GapZip.com. All right, for those of you just joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again and hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to www.bradleyquick.com. There you can also sign up our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews at the comfort of your own home or office, and you can listen at your convenience. Make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at www.bradleyquick.com. All right. Our guest today is Bill Quateman, CEO, founder, Advanced BioCell. See, spending on prescription drugs in the U.S. multiplied nearly 6 times from $40.3 billion in 1990 to $234 billion in 2008, according to the nonprofit Henry J. Kaiser Family Foundation. That's huge, huh?
Gigantic.
That's dependence.
It's out of control.
That's more than a problem.
It's a respectable addiction, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah, you know, people are strung out. More people are strung out on prescription drugs than anything else in the country.
Prescription drugs, nicotine, caffeine, television, internet, computers, beauty magazines. It's all really a much bigger slice of the pie than the unfortunate souls that are struggling.
That's really
substance.
true. It's really true that 60 to 90% of the population suffer from substance abuse and behavioral disorders to some extent. Mm-hmm. Only the bottom 1 or 2% are sick enough to say, "My name is and I am." Another 3 or 4% are going, "Hey, stick it up here or stay away from me." And they're in complete denial.
Well, that's a problem too.
Yeah, the large majority of it. But they're not, those bottom 2% and the 4% that are stuck in denial are never going to take the rational way out. They're going to have to hit an unbearable low in their life. But the large majority of that 90%, everybody else that's left, is never going to hit an unbearable low in their life, never going to lose everything, never going to, certainly not going to admit powerlessness or unmanageability. And so therein lies the problem. You can't take the key to the farm to them because they're not willing to listen.
You're absolutely right. The point of everything that we do at Advanced BioCell is offering up a solution that if somebody wants to take it, they can and will. And that's the power of it, is it's got to be your own decision. Right. It's got to be your own choice. Then you get into, like, what is your choices? What are they based on? How do you make a good choice?
Before we get into metabolism, because I want to hear that answer. I want, how can I phrase this question? Will enhancing the body through food and through nutrition and through by feeding it what it needs as prescribed by you, will that eliminate dis-ease and addiction and dependence?
It can add to the process of making the types of changes that are absolutely necessary. What causes addiction? Where does it come from? It's all these elements. It comes from what happened to you when you were in vitro, when you were in your mother's stomach. It happened. Right? It happens in the womb. It happens. What happens when you were born? How you were raised? What kind of environment that was like? It happens because of your brain development, because of all those other circumstances. What kind of nutrition you had or didn't have when you were a kid, when you were growing up, when that was happening, what kind of a social environment you lived in, kind of a family environment you lived in. All of these factors matter. Now, if you get the light bulb going on, what makes somebody from a very bad upbringing say, look, I want to make something out of my life? And what makes somebody from Beverly Hills shoot their parents? That's the mystery. That's the mystery. So everybody has this whole set of circumstances that they're operating in. Now, if you get to the point and you say, you know what, I want help, which is always the first step. I decide to make something different in my life. Then you have a chance to do the things that it takes. And one of the things that it takes is to allow the part of your brain, which they call the cortex, to heal from the problems that it may have had, helping you make those decisions. The cortex is the executive part of the brain that says, okay, we're going to make one decision or another. And they call it free will, and they actually need to call it free won't.
Free won't.
Because the cortex gets you to not make bad decisions. You really, instead of making good ones. That's how you make the good ones, because the cortex says, wait a minute, that's not a good idea to reach for that Coke. So it's a really interesting kind of way of twisting it a little bit to look at it. So how do you have a cortex or an executive part of your brain that makes those good decisions?
You have to enhance it and give it everything it needs.
Everything it needs. You have to, good friends, good input, get rid of the point that we make with Advanced BioCells program is it's not that we're doing anything to anybody. It's what where we went with the metabolism conversation is that we get rid of what's not supposed to be there first.
Right.
Toxins, incorrect ideas, foods that your body's allergic to, whatever it might be. 2, we put in what needs to be there, which is better advice about how to take care of yourself and what foods your body will actually use. Same with the supplements. And then 3, which is where the magic is, we let your body do what it would do if it wasn't being interfered with.
If it wasn't being manipulated.
One way or another. Pulled, That's where the pharmaceuticals are problematic. That's where the Coca-Cola and the other pizza and chicken products cause trouble because they get in the way and gunk up the works.
Right. And this is about ungunking your works, isn't it?
Exactly right. Degunkers.
Degunkers. We are degunking here with Advanced BioCell. His name is Bill Quateman. He's a CEO and founder of Advanced BioCell. You can check him out at www.advancedbiocell.com. That's advancedbiocell.com. That's a CED, ADVANCED, advancedbiocell.com. You can give him a call at 310-550-6767, 310-550-6767. Now, this is a uniquely designed program for each individual's personal body chemistry, right?
Correct. Basically, because each individual has their own body chemistry.
Well, each individual is as unique as is their DNA or their fingerprint. We're all one of a kind.
Right. Well, the story I always tell is like if you had high blood pressure and I had high blood pressure, would I take your blood pressure medication?
Well, I don't know.
Well, the answer would be no. Why would I take a pharmaceutical, quote unquote, that was prescribed by your doctor for your problem or your issue?
I hate to burst your bubble, but that happens all the time.
I know it does, but
people take other people's stuff all the time.
The idea is, why would you do that?
Right, I understand.
It's because, you think it's a good idea. You're having a party. You ran out.
So where do we go? Where do we go?
I don't think of blood pressure medication as sugar. Hey, I ran out. Can you give me a cup?
Where do they go to get this test?
They come to our website. They call on the phone. We have remote.
AdvancedBiocell.com.
AdvancedBiocell.com, 310-550-6767.
That's not 550-6767.
That was
310.
550-6767. You're a professional.
Go ahead.
At helping people. I can see that now.
Go ahead. Tell me more. Now.
So what happens is we send a hair collection sample kit in the mail. It's all done remote. We have consultations over the phone. Reports, full 16 to 18-page reports come in the email. We guide people on what they mean and what they can do to make the corrections from the problems that are found with foods and supplements that your body will use.
I would like you to invite me to do this with you.
You are now invited to do this.
Thank you very much. And then what I will do is after we get through this, whatever the process is, I want you to come back here.
I will.
And we'll talk about it.
It's a pleasure.
Because that'll give me a whole new perspective on your deal here.
Before and after.
Yeah.
Actually, before and during.
Before and during. That's good. We like that. So how does the BioCell repair different parts of the body, and how is it a different approach than using your standard over-the-counter vitamins?
A couple reasons. One, first of all, over-the-counter vitamins are supervised by our friends at the FDA, which
are pharmaceutical people.
Have I stumbled into an area that excites you?
Well, it's so funny because what's his name? Brzezinski, Dr. Brzezinski.
Right.
Was sued 6 times by the FDA.
He's winning.
He was sued 6 times by the. Well, that's because he's doing the right thing.
Right.
He developed a 12-part hormonal protocol to cure cancer.
Right.
The FDA didn't like that.
Right.
They've sued him 6 times. And each time they sued him, they underhandedly applied for his patents.
Right. Right. Well, it's the history of the AMA. They always go for somebody's protocol, especially when it works, and when they don't give it up, they run them out of town.
Wow. So I didn't mean to go there.
SEAC.
But go ahead.
All of it. Yeah, no, I mean, it's all true. It's okay. We don't have to bash anybody. What we want to do is enlighten people to say, okay, well, you could choose this or you could choose that.
Right. So the FDA, they're the ones that.
So the FDA supervises over-the-counter supplements, Whole Foods, health food stores, all of them. They have
Let's talk about that supervision when we come back. That music's going to start again.
Okay, we will.
We'll
be back.
All right, this segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to action, which lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of your results, take a look at your thinking. They'll be here March 28th. They consult with celebrities and dynamic leaders all over the world. GapZip.com. Hear them right here on Cool Change Radio, March 28th. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. I'm Bradley Quick, and we'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and purpose. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. I'd like to share with you a great opportunity. In June, I'm going to Teotihuacan, Mexico. I'll be staying at my buddy Lee McCormick's place down there called the Dreaming House, run by a great woman named Emily Greaves. It's right at the base of the Toltec Pyramids. I've been down there twice. This will be the 3rd time. It's changed my life. To check out the other dimensions of existence through the Toltec wisdom on the pyramids is absolutely incredible. It's something you don't want to miss. This isn't just a tour. Oh, look, this is what they did here. This is what they did there. This is getting picked up, getting sent into other dimensions of your existence. It's really, really fantastic. Go to www.spiritrecovery.com. That's spiritrecovery.com and click on the Journeys link. They do these tours all over the world, not tours, but these experiences, these spiritual experiences. Just got back from Machu Picchu. They're doing a soul care event in Joshua Tree National Forest here in Southern California. I'll be broadcasting from that event. I think that's in April. And then we're going to Teotihuacan in June. But they go to Teotihuacan 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. Check it out, www.spiritrecovery.com, spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link. Tell them you heard it on the show, and they'll give you a discount. I'm sure they will, all right? I'll see you down in the pyramids. All right, evidence-based therapy through medical and nutrition testing. measures your body's chemical imbalances, which identifies and uses food ingredients to remedy and reverse the causes of over 223 degenerative illnesses and diseases. Orthomolecular medicine, which is therapeutic nutrition, demonstrates that you are what you hold on to from what you eat, okay? And the question is, what are you holding on to? Hey, what are you holding on to there?
Exactly. And how do you find out?
How do you find out? You don't do it through eating these FDA nutritional supplements, do you?
They don't want you to get well.
Yeah, you know something, a friend of mine who sponsors the show, you hear his commercial about Hep C free. Lloyd Wright.
Right.
When Obama's administration, when Bush's administration was in, the FDA came out a little bit, right? But when Obama's administration came in, they shut him down.
It's a trend. If something works, they don't want it around. And it's, again, you got to follow the vested interests. It's not a secret and it's not anything new. It's just a matter of how do you work your way around it. Who do you believe? Who are your supporters? Whose opinions do you follow? That's
right.
The whole story, which is what we do our best to bring forward. We do our best to say.
So how do we find the best supplement in this FDA-controlled supplemental environment?
Not in the FDA-controlled supplemental environment. The difference between what Advanced BioCell represents is a medical laboratory-based program, which is, interestingly enough, approved by the government, but it has a whole entirely different governing body for their supplements, which is U.S. Pharmacopeia. U.S. Pharmacopeia is a non-governmental agency, so the difference in the laws are dramatic. FDA laws allow up to 80% of the supplement to be missing from the pill compared to what it says on the bottle.
Whoa. The FDA allows 80%?
By law.
By law, so that means it's mandatory that I only put 20% of what's called in the pill.
Right. So you go to...
Even though it says there's 100% of it, I only get 20%.
Well, you may get more, but they only have to, by law, put in 20%.
Okay, now wait a second. That throws the manufacturer under the bus, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it throws the consumer under the bus. The manufacturer, well, they say we have to put 100%. We're only going to put...
Not a pretty picture.
Yeah. Come on. Is there anything that's not honest here anymore? Not forthright anymore?
I
Is there
don't...
any of this, the facts that are... How come these facts aren't revealed to everybody?
Well, I don't know. It's a fairy tale that we live in this world and in this country, especially the American dream really means that somebody else has to be less than if you're going to get it. It's a funny kind of set of circumstances. So we're not here to change the world. We're here to help people learn something about themselves and make a better choice if they choose to do so.
So let's go back to metabolism.
Let's
do that. You were describing metabolism to me.
Okay, so the idea is that if your metabolism is having a problem, which most people's are, because not that they're bad people, they just haven't ever measured what the body chemistry levels are to maintain a good metabolism. I was eating lots of salmon and lots of broccoli and lots of spinach when I had my very first test because I'd spent so many years studying and I knew, Bradley, what was good. Those are superfoods. Lots of omega-3s and they're deep, dark, green, organic vegetables and they're good for you. Right?
Right.
No.
Wrong.
What it showed was, in my body chemistry type, was that the salmon was the wrong type of protein. It was a purine protein for me at that time.
And they may be good for some people, but wasn't particularly good for you.
Not for a slow metabolizer because your body can't get through the fats quick enough or properly. And then the calcium levels that I had were so high already that the broccoli and the spinach had too much calcium in there. So it was in the tendency report page, there's a page in the report that you get that shows you which illnesses or diseases are currently developing because of what you're eating. And it showed that my family heart disease was right there on the page, atherosclerosis, a very high tendency to developing atherosclerosis. So we needed to know this where we didn't know this before. So that's really the basis of making the corrections to your metabolism, is to know instead of guess.
And all of this stuff that you would prescribe that would come out in this test is available most everywhere, right?
The foods are.
The foods.
The
and
foods are. The
supplements?
supplements come from the laboratory that does the testing. You can't get them in stores because they're so potent.
They don't want to be regulated.
Well, they can't be regulated because they're so much more potent. They have to be, by law, recommended through a health provider. Supervision is really the key.
So you have health providers on staff?
Well, yes, of course, a medical nutrition director and a medical director. And most importantly, we have a medically approved laboratory that does the testing, does this dietary recommendations and the supplement design. So I don't prescribe anything. What I do is I am really a health concierge that leads someone to have their own body chemistry revealed to them. If your body could sit you down and say, Bradley, here's where the problems are.
Right.
Here's where the solutions are with the foods and the supplements.
Right.
Please do something about
That's
this.
so funny.
Yeah.
So the having the right molecules in the right amount in the right places is what it's all about.
That is what the description of orthomolecular medicine is. So people say, well, I want to be preventive. And that's just such a clean phrase. But let's stop for a minute. What do you want to prevent?
Right.
You want to prevent pain, either physical pain, psychological pain, or emotional pain. So that gives us a little bit of a twist to what do we want to do and what do we want to think about and what are we going to choose to do about what we know. We have all kinds of friends, all of us, that say, okay, well, I really want to be healthy because I don't feel so good and I'm waiting for the pizza to be delivered.
Well, that brings up my next question. Weight loss is a huge industry in this country.
Mainly because of metabolism dysfunction.
Of course, and we're the fattest nation in the world.
People don't have a chance around here because they're sold pizzas, they're sold fried foods,
So
does
this regulate metabolism so that it just brings people back to the level of weight they should be holding?
It doesn't do anything. You do.
I understand.
You have
do,
a choice, yes, of course.
but it's gonna reprogram the cells. and the
If you follow it,
molecules.
sure. If you, yeah.
Come on.
No, really.
Of course you have to follow it.
Well, right.
What is the key word in discipline? Disciple, right?
Right. Yeah.
Let's become a disciple. Let's
Right.
discipline
I was
ourselves.
going to say
Yeah.
dis, but
But you understand my point.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, and if we do what was prescribed, right? If we take the supplements as they're prescribed,
Mm-hmm.
we should be able to maintain our body's weight,
your health
natural weight,
will
right?
improve. Your health will improve. Now, you can't just eat food and take supplements and sit on the couch. People say, well, you look fabulous. Is it because of those vitamins you take? And I say, yeah. And it's also because of rolling around on the floor with the kids and the animals and laughing a lot and drinking a lot of water and sleeping properly and meditating
A little
and
gym
exercising.
doesn't hurt, yeah.
I mean, it's all of it. We live in such a toxic environment, the most toxic environment known to the history of human life on Earth. Wow. That if you're not taking as many steps as possible to alleviate that stress, that oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is basically your body rusting. Your mind rusts, your body rusts. Everything starts to break down because it gets inflamed and it gets toxic, and you can't get rid of the toxins when your metabolism isn't operating properly.
His name is Bill Quateman. He's the CEO and founder of Advanced BioCell. You can check him out at www.advancedbiocell.com, advancedbiocell.com. Go get a test. He's giving away tests right now. You come down, hire them, they'll test you. 310-550-6767, 310-550-6767. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Mr. Universe is going to be here in just a minute. Will you help me roll him out of here? We're just going to have to overpower him so we can have this fourth segment.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to ask you to stay here with us.
You tell me what you need.
I love it. He's met his match. He doesn't even know it. He doesn't even know it. I want to talk about why this is so cool and why everybody should do this when we come back, okay?
Sure.
I want to get back to metabolism as well.
Yeah, there's nowhere to
all
go.
That stuff.
Else.
That's
Really?
what it is, huh? That's fine. The music's going to start here in just a minute again.
We are singing out.
I love it. I love it, guys. Hey, everybody, stay puts you in the right place. This is Cool Change Radio. I'd like to welcome all our new talk show hosts. We've got a bunch of them coming up here, man. Stay in touch with coolchangeradio.com and get updates on all about it. We're coming back with more Bill Quateman, Advanced BioCell. We're talking about your body, how to be skinnier, how to be healthier, how to be happier, and how to be disease-free. And this is awesome. You're listening to us here on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement on your Solutions Radio Network. Here we go. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies' and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on coolchangeradio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, Facebook.com, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded shows on CoolChangeRadio.com and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. This is Cool Change Radio broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. And as a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving, and it always does, and it always will. So what a great thing. You can help the Cool Change Foundation, help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send your donation of love and support directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the kids. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. Every penny counts. Remember, no donation is too small, and the children need your help, all right? From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right, joining us once again, Bill Quateman, CEO, founder of Advanced BioCell. Sir, welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome back. Why should everybody do this?
Well, because if you don't do this, you are guessing about how to take care of yourself instead of knowing.
You're guessing, and you're regulating all the information that you're drawing from the Big Brother.
Good ideas. It might not even be good Big Brother. It might be good doctors that mean well.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Pharmaceutical, whoever.
Right. Whoever it is, it's really, it just falls short of measuring something and knowing what to do about it instead of using a good idea. It's a known quantity. We know what the problems are. and we know how to make the shifts and reset yourself to blueprint to your balanced level with foods and supplements that your body will actually use. It's a pretty simple concept.
Wow, simplicity. And it's best, right?
Oh, man.
So let's go back to metabolism.
Okay.
I like that.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
What we see in the world, everywhere we go, are a large number of people that are not feeling good and that are sick. There is an epidemic of epidemics. And there's a physician's desk reference that lists 12,000 diseases.
Right.
We approach it from a different angle. We say there are no diseases. There are underlying systems that each body has. There's the neurotransmitters, how we think, how our brains function. There are the environmental toxins that are either in our body or getting expelled. There's our nutritional sector that is either well supported or not well supported. There's our digestive function, which is either working or not working. There's our energy producing area where the cell energy is operating well. We're taking what we need from food and turning it into energy. There's all these systems. And when these systems are working well, we feel good. We sleep well. Our hair doesn't fall out. We have the energy that we want. We can be athletic. We can have the kind of nookie that we would like to have. We can think straight. We have no problems going to the bathroom. I mean, it gets real nitty-gritty. When those systems are out of whack, when one of those systems is out of whack, it throws one of the other ones out of whack.
Yeah, it's like if your foot hurts, you're limping, and all of a sudden you're pulling everything else out.
Exactly right. So our bodies are a mosaic, just like everything in the universe is connected. You can't disconnect anything.
Right.
You can try. And that's what conventional approaches to taking care of people does do. Well, go here for that, go there for this for there, and, gastroenterologist and a neurologist and a guy for asthma and But we, in this way, in an integrative approach is what it's kind of called, see how we live and where we live and who we live with and what they say to us and what they don't say to us, what we eat, what we don't eat as a whole kind of mechanism. And certainly we focus on the body chemistry and the nutrients being properly organized. But when any one piece is out, it's going to throw something else out. Now, the problem isn't so much that piece is out, but that piece could be just a little bit off over a long period of time.
Right.
And that's
where
where the problem comes in.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, if I was on a boat going from New York Harbor to London, and I was going to be at sea for 3 weeks, and the course on the boat was off just by 1 degree.
You're way off.
For 3 weeks at sea, I'd end up in Finland.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. It's just a little bit too much of something or a little bit too little.
Tell us about junk food.
Well, what do you want to
know? Tell us really how detrimental it is.
The problems get to be is when you have sugar and salt and fat.
Sugar and salt and fat.
It just gunks.
Sugar and salt and fat. Sugar and salt and fat. Sugar and just over and over, day in and day out, day in and day out, right?
Right. You can say, okay, so fancy word, glycation. Glycation. What does that mean? That's what happens when you take sugar into your body. A really clean graphic way to think of it is when you take Coca-Cola and you pour it on a linoleum floor and you let it dry.
It eats the linoleum.
It just sits there and is a sticky, gunky thing. You walk on it and it just, you can't get your foot off the floor. Right. You track it in. It's ugly. That's what happens on the inside of your body when you take in too much sugar. But sugar is simply poison. Sugar is the first addiction after the addiction of thinking.
Wow. Thinking is the number one addiction. Sugar's number two.
Number two. Exactly
wow.
Right. It starts real early in the formulas that the kids get when the mother doesn't breastfeed, and it goes into drinking milk when they're teenagers, and it's an easy step from there to drinking too much alcohol. So it's really a subtle thing. So what we do our best to do is, first of all, educate people.
When you raise the nutrition level in a body, though, it doesn't have The need.
The cravings.
The cravings for those.
It can work that way. People don't really think of themselves as feeling bad, usually, until they start feeling good.
Right.
And then they say, whoa, what was that? You know, getting off sugar is a hard thing to do.
It's
headaches,
terrible. Yeah,
and you feel lousy. You gotta want it. So the question that I like to ask people a lot of times is, how bad do you want it? How bad does it have to get?
How much does it really hurt you? How much are you really hurting, right?
How miserable do you need to be until you do something different?
This is cool, man. I'm glad you're here. His name is Bill Quateman. He's the CEO, founder of Advanced BioCell. They can tell you what your body needs, why it needs it, what it's going to do with it, and they look at the blueprint of your body and your chemical makeup and give you exactly what you need to fill the gaps.
We came in with a blueprint that was just what we needed. We drifted off for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and what we can do is enable your body to drift back.
Right. Right. So what you do is you have all the puzzle pieces, and you're able to put all the puzzle pieces in the proper spaces, as opposed to trying to fit them into spaces they are not.
Exactly. Well, one of my favorite stories is there's a guy loses his key, and he goes outside to look under a street lamp because it's light out there, and he can't find his key, and the neighbors come and help him look for his key, and they can't find it, and they say, well, finally, where did you lose it? And he says, well, I lost it in the house. Well, why aren't you looking in the house for your key? Well, because it's dark in there, and it's light out here. So this is what we try and get people to do, is say, it's the answer to feeling good is not in the fast food or the junk food or the stuff that tastes great. The problem with all that is it tastes so good.
Yeah. Well, it tastes good until you develop your palate, change your palate. So I've been on both sides of the fence, where I was nothing but a junk food junkie, and then all of a sudden I went through that withdrawal period. It took a couple weeks to get over it, right? But then finally you realize how good a salad tastes, how good the fruit tastes. I mean, it's amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
Right. Well, it's a across the board kind of thing. Like Michael Beckwith at Agape, his conversation the other day, he said his mom, as she was passing away, said, I forgot how beautiful it all is. And my teacher, Dr. Boyd, said that one thing human beings are really exceptional at doing is forgetting. So we forget that we used to crawl around and put dirt in our mouth, and dirt's got minerals in it.
Yeah, iron, sure. So you know what speaking of death and the last words, you know what Steve Jobs' last words were? Twice? He said, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. That was it. Go on.
His sister, who's a journalist, was there and reported that. It was astonishing story.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible. You got to promise me you'll come back.
I would love to.
We'll do this, and let me know what we need to do to get started with the testing, and we'll
I'll
figure
get
it out.
scissors out if you got one here, and I'll cut your hair before I go home.
You test the hair, right?
We start with hair tissue.
Because it's got all the everything in it, doesn't it?
It's got the most information over the longest period of time. We can use other samples, whether it's saliva or urine or blood, whatever it is, in a nutrition context for different questions, for different issues. But we start with
we got so much to talk about.
We do.
You're coming back.
My pleasure.
Right? We'll set that up, and you let me know how long the test is going to take, and then what we'll do is set up a date and all that stuff.
Look forward to it.
We're out of time now, though.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thanks for doing it. All right, everybody. All right. I'd like to thank everybody, including Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe, for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the foundation help the mom, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Send a donation of love and support and a little bit of money, too, directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. Every penny counts. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for that. I'd like to give a great thanks to our guest, the fabulous Bill Quateman, CEO, founder of Advanced BioCell. Go to advancedbiocell.com. Check them out today, advancedbiocell.com. I also like to thank the people that make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Go get the book. You can sound as good as we do. Our fitness expert, Paul McDonald, will be back with us again tomorrow. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions. It's been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzsprout, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Tim Allen, Kerry White, Marilyn Toth, Milestones Ranch, Malibu, and a bunch of other people, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Now, go out there and don't believe everything you hear, especially about nutrition, and take care of yourself, your body, mind, and soul, because we need you. I'll see you tomorrow.